August 4th, National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. It's a good day today, right? Now you're probably wondering, well, what's he doing with store-bought chocolate chip cookie? I know, I would never, for the show, buy store-bought chocolate chip cookie when I would just make my own. But the only time we do stuff like that is if it's an experiment day. And it's an experiment day. So we go with the cheapest solution to see if our experiment works, and then later on maybe we'll do our own homemade from scratch, which it's all the same anyway. I mean, it's a chocolate chip cookie, whether you make them from scratch or you buy the pre-made dough. Anyway, our challenge today is, can we turn our chocolate chip cookie dough into an ice cream cone? We're going to try it. Now, I've researched it. There's a bunch of people that have tried different techniques and they say it didn't work. One guy said that he tried to make the cone, or he made a cone shape, but then when he baked it, it all just kind of ran down into a cookie, so that didn't work. The most common one that I've seen that everybody does is they make a regular round chocolate chip cookie, and then as soon as it comes out of the oven and it's still hot, they wrap it around this special, like they make a kit for waffle cones to make your own waffle cones at home. And what you do is it comes with this cone shape, I couldn't think of the word. It comes with this cone shaped tool that as soon as it comes out of the oven, you use this tool, same thing. You wrap with the parchment paper, you wrap it around this cone while it's still hot. The only problem with that is, number one, you gotta let it cool for a minute because it's so, you know, mushy until it starts to harden a little bit. So that's number one. So it's going to mush up all over the place, that from what I've seen. And number two, if you leave it too long, you get all these cracks in the cone. And then number three, I saw this one girl, she's like, oh, here's how you do it. And she did this thing, and she showed how she did it. And I mean, when I tell you, the hole in the bottom of the cone was as big as the hole in the top of the cone. And she's like, okay, and then you just stuff it with some ice cream. I'm like, are you kidding? Why don't you just use a cannoli shell, for crying out loud? I mean, that's how big the hole was. Yeah, I'm going to stuff that with ice cream so it could all run down the front of my shirt. There's got to be a better way. So I think I might have figured out a way. So we're going to try it. If my way works, my way is going to be the only way to do this. Alrighty? Because it's going to be the easier way. But we'll be right back. You just need some cookie dough. You need some aluminum foil. You need a cone. You got to get a store-bought cone because this is going to be our mold. Unless you have some kind of a cone-shaped metal tool or something to be able to wrap the foil around. Okay, you'll see when we get there. But you're going to need some cones, and then I'm using my pop-over pan because what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand them up in here to bake them, so that way they don't. If you do it like this, you'll see what I'm talking about. But I'll be back. So let's get started. Take a piece of foil. Now, what you want to do, in a sense, is make a cone, a mold, okay, or a cup, should I say, not a mold, a cup. You want to make a aluminum foil cone cup. So I'm just going to roll the foil around the cone, okay, and then I'm going to clip this extra off. Sorry, didn't mean to get so close. And I'm just going to take my scissors and just cut this extra foil off. Go to the dollar store and get the heavy-duty foil, because you're going to go through a decent amount of foil if this works. Okay? So you don't want to spend, you know, $6 on a roll of foil that you're going to make ice cream cones with. Go to a dollar store. Lots of foil there. Try to find heavy-duty if you can. Okay? So what I'm doing is I'm just trimming this around because this has now made our mold. Okay, but you need the cone inside, but you're going to need to be able to remove the cone. I can get it out of there. From there. I can't believe how it worked so well before. All right, hold on a minute. There we go. Took me a minute, sorry. You're going to need this cone shape, but you need something to support this. So that's why you need the initial cone. You're going to leave that in there for now. Now you have your mold. Okay? On to the next step. Next, I'm going to cut a piece of our cookie dough off, okay? A slice of our cookie dough. Now you may need a little flour to to dust with to make sure that, because you're going to roll this and you don't want it to stick. So a little extra flour is not going to hurt your cookie, okay? So you just kind of want to roll this out a bit, okay? And well, this ain't really going to work, okay? Because look, it's all this loose dough. So plan B, we go to plan B. Take your cone, just take your cookie dough and start pressing it around your mold here, okay? All the way around. So you have it completely covered. Try to do the same thickness all the way around. You don't want to have thick spots and thin spots. Just try to make it as even as possible and completely coat your foil here, okay? Yeah, this seems to be working better. This rolling thing, okay, ignore the rolling part. Just cover your cone, all right? Be right back. Okay, so there it is. Completely covered with the cookie dough. Now here's the tricky part, okay? This is what we were talking about. The guy said that he baked them, the first thing that I read about it. The guy said he baked it like this and all the cookie dough just ran, as soon as it got hot and wet, it just whoosh, ran all over the place. So there went his cone, okay? So my idea, just carefully take your hand out of there. My idea is wrap it in a second piece of foil. This is going to be the tricky part, is getting this in the foil, okay? Wrap it in a second piece of foil as carefully as you can, because what we want to do, in a sense, is make a cup, okay? So now, not a lot, just a bit. Let me cut this off again so you can see what I mean. It's like a craft. It's like a craft today. It's alright, we like this kind of stuff. Because when you do something like this and you try different stuff and you score on it, man, it's such a great feeling. You're like, wow, this is awesome, we did it. We came up with the idea. Okay? So now, that's all I'm going to do. So it's just like that. See, now it's double wrapped, okay? So the dough is in between. So now it acts like a cup, and it should, even if the cookie dough, let's hope it doesn't come out the sides, but even if it runs down, it should stay in place with the foil. It should bake into a cup. That's what we're hoping. Is it going to work? I have no idea. But what we're going to do is stand it up in our pop-over pan, because we need something to make it stand up when we cook it. I might be able to just stick it through the rack of the oven too. I don't know. I don't want to take a chance. At least if it leaks in here, it'll go into this cup. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. But we're only going to do one to start. I'm going to hold off on the rest of these. I don't want to make a whole mess of these, and then if they all go to crap, I just wasted a whole roll of cookie dough. Because there's always a plan B or C. If this doesn't work, we'll try something else. Just a lot of ideas. I don't know. We'll be back when this thing comes out of the oven. It's got to come out and then it's got to cool down. Don't try to unwrap this right away, because it's going to be like a hot, fresh chocolate chip cookie, all gooey and everything. So you're going to have to let it sit for a good 20 minutes or so to make sure that it took the shape and then it cooled down and held the shape. Okay? So let's give me a little time. We'll be back to see if this works. If this works, how awesome is this going to be? Chocolate chip cookie cones for your ice cream, because man, we've been making ice cream for the last 2 weeks, like every other day. Alrighty, so I got tons of ice cream to get rid of in this place. Be back in a bit. Check this out. So what I did was exactly what I said. Instead of using my popover pan to sit it in, I put it right in the rack in the oven, and I put a cookie sheet underneath just in case it dripped out or anything. I didn't want it to go all over my oven. So it just sat in the rack and it baked like that. Now, here's the thing. Oh, it's still a little warm. Maybe I should wait. Yeah, we'll see. When I took it out, the center cone had pressed up, which means that the cookie probably all ran to the bottom and rose it up. So, is this going to work? I don't know, but we're about to find out, and you're going to find out too, live. It's not live, but... Okay, so we're going to unwrap this, and it didn't work. Mainly because all the cookie did drop to the bottom, for one, and it's not even cooked all the way through, so I didn't even leave it in long enough. Okay, So that doesn't work. It was a nice thought though, right? So now we'll go on to the next thing. I told you there's always a plan B. So I'll be right back with plan B. Okay, oven's still on. Time for plan B. I took my muffin cup and I turned it upside down, and I covered a bunch of them with the cookie dough. I don't know if this is going to work either. I'm just looking for a fun way to eat a chocolate chip cookie with some of our homemade ice cream today. It is chocolate chip cookie day, but I just wanted to try to jazz it up. So these are going to go in the oven. We'll see these when they come out. Hopefully they come out great, and we'll have these nice chocolate chip cups instead of a cone. I'm going to figure that out. I don't care. Sooner or later, I'm going to figure out how to do that chocolate chip cookie cone, and not the way they do it, my own way. I know I can crack that one, all right? We'll see you in a bit. All right, let's see what we got. I don't know how these are going to look. You're going to see them first time just like I am. Oh. Interesting. Well, they kind of spread out a little bit, but they look like they held the cup shape. Okay, well, we're going to have to let these cool down, and then we're going to take one out. We're going to see how it looks, scoop some ice cream in it, and have a chocolate chip cookie today. Fun way to try stuff today. This is what we do here. This is what we do on this show. We try all kinds of different stuff, and if we hit on it, we great, and if it totally goes to crap, we show you that too. So maybe you got the right idea of how to do the cone, and you can share it with me before I figure it out first. Alrighty? Be back in a little bit. Okay, so I let them cool down, and one thing I forgot before I put my cookie dough down was to spray this with non-stick. So as I tried to get them off my silicone thing here, they started cracking and breaking. But I did get one. There it is. So we did get one cookie cup out of today's show. So I guess I wore the right shirt today for all the things we were going to try. It's chocolate chip cookie day. Just have some chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to eat all these pieces. Don't think I'm not going to eat these pieces, because I am. They're still really good. Alright? We'll see you all tomorrow. I don't even know what tomorrow holds for us, but I'm sure it'll be something different. Alrighty? Catch you later.